Hey everybody, it's only on PlayStation VR 2. So I had to bring this up, this article from PSLS website, even though I know this was posted on January 22nd, 26th, I'm sorry, January 26th of this year. Uh, but I had to comment on this article. I had to give you my, if you will, a 2 cents on it. And I just kind of find it funny how some of these analysts are acting like there's some kind of like prophets or like they have a crystal ball, like they can tell exactly what's going to happen. But first, let me read you this article and then I'm going to tell you why I think that this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So let me read this article and then I'll tell you why this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. So this is from PSLS website, and this is from an individual called George Jijiashvili. He is a principal analyst who covers augmented reality and virtual reality at this region research agency called Omdia. Okay, so that he is a principal analyst. So that's what he does at this agency called Omdia for augmented reality and virtual reality research agency called Omdia. And his name is George Jijiashvili. I never heard of this guy's name, but I guess now we all know who he is because of the statement that he made. And his statement basically is that he doesn't believe that uh, the first party games that are available right now for PlayStation VR 2 will be enough to justify a $550 purchase. So he believes that PlayStation VR 2 is gonna need a commitment, a strong commitment to first party games in order to reach and surpass uh, the sales that the PlayStation original VR did back in 2017. So he said that more PlayStation VR 2 first party games are needed for the virtual reality device to be successful for Sony. George Jijiashvili, a principal analyst covering AR and VR at the research agency Omdia, reckons that the dozens of games revealed thus far aren't enough for people to justify a $550 purchase. When it comes to major first party games, PlayStation VR 2 will launch with Horizon Call of the Mountain and Gran Turismo 7. Both are built as full-fledged VR experiences rather than mere offshoots of their PlayStation 5 counterparts. Looking at the PlayStation VR 2's games list, there are plenty of noteworthy titles like Resident Evil Village and Res Infinite. But George Gigiashvili reckons that its first-party games is what will carry the device. Speaking to the Edge magazine issue at 380 via Games Radar, George Gijiashvili opinioned that Sony needs to show its own first party commitment to this device. He doesn't believe that PlayStation VR 2 first year sales will match those of PlayStation VR, which sold 1.9 million units in 2017. Gigiashvili expects PlayStation VR 2 to sell about 1.6 million in 2023. Gigiashvili expressed concerns over the lack of first-party games at launch, stating that the PlayStation VR 2 is kind of screwed if Horizon Call of Mountain is the only main first-party day one launch. Oh boy, where do I begin with this guy, Gigiashvili, this George Gigiashvili? Where do I even begin with this guy from this Omdia agency? Okay, so there's a couple of things here that just bothers me. First of all, did he even do any research on the PlayStation VR 2? Did he look at the first 37 games that are coming out on launch? I mean, did he miss out on Gran Turismo 7? I mean, hello, Gran Turismo 7, it's a first party, only on PlayStation VR 2 experience. Meaning that you cannot play Gran Turismo 7 anywhere else other than PlayStation VR 2. You cannot play it on your PSVR, you cannot play it on the Oculus Quest, you cannot play it on the Xbox. If you want to experience Gran Turismo 7 virtual reality, you gotta have a PlayStation VR 2 with the PlayStation 5. And if you want to experience Horizon, the Call of the Mountain, you have to have a PlayStation VR 2. So that's two first party games. And if you want to experience a tactical shooter called Firewall Ultra, which is exclusive to PlayStation VR 2, you need to have a PlayStation VR 2 headset. And if you want to experience a Dark Pictures Switchback, you have to have a PlayStation VR 2. You cannot experience it anywhere else other than PlayStation VR 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 PlayStation VR 2 exclusive games. Not to mention an upcoming one called Crossfire, first-person shooter multiplayer VR exclusive PlayStation VR 2 game called Crossfire that's coming out. So that's 5 total of PlayStation VR 2 first-party games. So what is this guy talking about? And that's pretty darn good for a launch of PlayStation VR 2. Dude, that's 5 that I counted, 5 first party VR games that are coming out just within a couple of months. Just within the February and March. That's 5. 5. So right here, I don't know what this guy, George Jijiashvili, what kind of research did he do actually? Okay, because he's supposed to be this principal analyst that's covering the AR and VR, this research at the agency called Omdia. Like, dude, you need to do better research, okay? All right? Just Gran Turismo 7 alone, it's enough for people to buy PlayStation VR 2, bro. Fully licensed cars, in VR with their, racing wheels. Just Gran Turismo 7 alone, it's enough for majority to buy a PlayStation VR 2 to go and race against other people on the Gran Turismo 7, do a championship, do a competitive races in VR. Dude, are you kidding me? Just Gran Turismo 7 alone, it's enough for people to purchase PlayStation VR 2. So that's a commitment right there. And on top of that, you have the Call of the Mountain, Horizon. And then you got Firewall Ultra. It's like a Rainbow Six in VR. And then you got the Switchback. And then you have this other game that was recently announced, a Crossfire. It's like a Call of Duty in VR. And that's just within 2 months. Within 2 months. February and March, within 2 months. So this guy clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. And then he makes this prediction that he believes that PlayStation VR 2 is not going to be able to outsell the PlayStation VR 1. And he believes that it's only going to reach about 1.6 million in 2023. First of all, dude, everyone who owns the PlayStation VR 1, it's super excited about transitioning to PlayStation VR 2 because of the technology that the PlayStation VR 2 has. Everything that PlayStation VR 2 has, it's better. It's like night and day better than the PlayStation VR 1. Not that there was anything wrong with PlayStation VR 1. I enjoyed PlayStation VR 1. I still have it. Okay? It was great for 2017. It served me well. All those years, I had a great time playing as an Iron Man, playing the Firewall, playing Farpoint, all of these games. And they were all first-party games. Yes, they were all first-party games. So, for this guy, Jijiashvili, to say that Sony doesn't have a commitment of a first-party games on the PlayStation VR 2, I was like, dude, you're talking about Sony, man. You're talking about Sony. Don't forget Spider-Man. Don't forget God of War. Don't forget Uncharted. Don't forget Ghost of Tsushima in VR. I can go down the list of first-party games that PlayStation Sony has under their belt. Don't forget Days Gone they can do in VR if they want to. They can do The Last of Us in VR. I was like, dude, this guy... Look, I did this video for the laughs, because I know you guys are going to laugh when you read this. You're going to say, where did they even find this guy? George Jijiashvili. Look, I don't understand why it's some people, they just have this negativity about Sony and VR. I remember when the original PlayStation VR came out, nothing but negativity, bro. Negativity and negativity. PlayStation VR is too expensive, blah, 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 blah. You know, they can't match the experience that the Oculus has, blah, 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 blah. You know, all of this crap, you know, it's just... And guess what? With all of that negativity and all that crap, PlayStation VR still turned out to be a success. And it was a success. It is success. That's why we have another success coming out called PlayStation VR 2. So I'm only doing this because I just felt like I should put my 2 cents on it and talk about it. But it's ridiculous, man. I would show you the comments down below, but I cannot show you the comments because the comments are very nasty. And, you know, and I don't, you know, I can't do that on this channel, PlayStation, only on PlayStation VR 2. I'm trying to keep this only on PlayStation VR 2 channel, filtered, family friendly, so that's why I'm keeping it that way. But I just find it funny that that this so-called analyst, George Jijiashvili, would make such a statement, you know, which is ridiculous, honestly. And the fact that he can predict how many how many units PlayStation VR 2 is going to sell. He's predicting 1.6 million. Come on. I mean, you don't have a crystal ball. Come on, my dude. You're not a prophet. I mean, you don't know. I think PlayStation VR 2 will start slow this year till it gets its legs, but come next year, 2024, once more people have it, once more people have PS5, I think you're going to see PlayStation VR 2 take off in a big way next year in 2024. This is just the beginning of great things to come. 2024 and beyond, you know, like 2024 and beyond. So that's all I wanted to say on this video. Let me know what you guys think. I find it kind of funny that this individual would say such a thing. But hey, look, everyone's entitled to their opinions. We have to respect everyone's opinions. That's his opinion. That's his right. But I also have my opinion and my right to say that I disagree with what this analyst is saying. Okay, so that's how it works. Anyway, guys, this is only on PlayStation VR 2. I hope that you like this new channel. Sorry about the background. I'm in my bedroom because I'm actually remodeling my office, preparing for PlayStation VR 2. So when PlayStation VR 2 arrives, my office will be in a better, much more professional condition. So, but for right now, I have to do it from the bedroom. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. All things PlayStation VR 2 on this channel, and I'm excited. Clearly, I'm a fanboy. I'm not hiding it, and I can't wait to get my hands on PlayStation VR 2. And it's going to be a great year for Sony. Hands down, this will be a great year for Sony. No questions asked. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.